Hello and welcome to this Northeastern Softball Conference matchup here in Waupaca between the Little Chute Mustangs and the Waupaca Comets. I'm Brett McNamara and you're listening to Zaleski Sports on YouTube. It's a very windy and chilly day here in Waupaca, and we have an exciting matchup for all of you here today, so let's get into it. First off, this is brought to you by Koinonia. Go Waupaca from Koinonia in downtown Waupaca. Koinonia means community. What does community mean to you? Treat yourself to a variety of local Waupaca vendors all under one roof at Koinonia in downtown Waupaca. Little Chute, the away team here today, is coming in 1-4 overall on a 3-game losing streak. They lost to Marinette on Thursday 5-7 at home. And then on the other side for Waupaca, they just lost to Anago last week Friday 1-14, and it was a very good game past the first inning. They ended up giving 11 runs up in the first inning, but then from then they only gave up 3. So hopefully they can continue from the second inning into this game. For Little Chute, they went 1-21 last year as they lost in the WIAA Regional to Notre Dame, and will play Fox Valley Lutheran tomorrow at home. Pitching for Waupaca to start the game is number 4, Emily Beiersdorf, who did start the game last week Friday against Anago, but then came out in the second inning. And leading off for the Mustang, Kyra Whaley. As it looks like everybody's ready, and here comes the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike. So a great start here from Beiersdorf. Like we said, came in to the game on Friday against Anago, giving up 11 runs, and then coming out in the second inning. So that one's outside for a ball to even the count up at 1-1. Frang, as her parents coach the team. So that one is also outside for a ball to make the count 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and it's outside once again. So 3 pitches in a row now for Beiersdorf going outside the strike zone after getting a strike to start off the game. She looks to avoid a walk here to Danica Frang. Here it comes, and in there for a strike. Very close pitch there, and now the count is full. So starts off with a strike, 3 balls, and now another strike. And it's going to be a tough at-bat here for Danica Frang, as here comes the pitch. And a strike 3 caught looking. So way to turn it around there from Emily Beiersdorf to get the first out of the ball game. A much better start here compared to last week Friday. So batting now for the Mustangs is going to be Kyra Whaley. And on deck now is number 16, Bella Frang, the sister of Danica Frang. So here comes the first pitch. And it's outside once again. So Beiersdorf missing towards the right side quite a bit here to start, as now it's about 4th or 5th pitch in the left batter's box. So here comes the 0-1 swing, and that's going to be a tough play, but the Comets get an early base runner here from Kyra Whaley as she gets a single for the Comets here. So a tough play there from Haley Bachard that would have been, she kind of bobbled it as it went past Beiersdorf. So now 1 away here and 1 on for the Mustangs. Is up to the plate now. Is Whaley, and she's going to be safe. So not a great throw there from the catcher for the Comets, as now there's a runner in scoring position for the Mustangs. As Bella Frang looks to bring in Whaley from second. Frang, one of 3 freshman on this Mustangs roster, as that one's low and away for a ball. So 2-0 now to Bella Frang. As Whaley look now to the freshman Bella Frang with Whaley on second base. Beiersdorf trying to settle in here after been into the middle of the field. It gets over the center fielder's head. That's going to bring one run home as Whaley will score. And going for three is the batter, and now in a pickle, and she's going to be tagged out at second. So an RBI double for Bella Frang as she tried to push it for three. And a costly mistake there, but she does bring in a run to get a 1-0 early lead here for Little Chute. Is now 2 away for the Mustangs as Hayden Burton will come up for Little Chute. So a nice hit there from the freshman Frang. Got it right between the left field and center fielder's heads. Right into the gap for a nice RBI double. Fortunately, she was caught out at second. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, now pushing it to 0-2 as a swing and a miss there from Burton. So 2 gone, 2 strikes here to the 4-hole hitter with Madeline Bork on deck as that one goes right into that lefty's batter's box once again. Excuse me, righty's batter's box. So here comes the 1-2 pitch from Beiersdorf. Swing, and that's going to be a tough play for the center fielder, and that one's going to drop for Burton. So another base hit here for Little Chute, their third of the ball game so far. And now a 2-out base runner for the Mustangs with Madeline Bork looking to continue this hitting streak for the Mustangs. So 1 across already for Little Chute as they collect their 3rd hit in a row. Looking to add on to that. So the pitch was in there for a ball. That one's going to be fouled away by Bork to make the count 1-1 with 2 away. Beiersdorf looking to get out of it, only giving up 1 earned run. So here it comes. Swing and fouled off once again. So back-to-back foul balls here for the sophomore Madeline Bork as she looks to advance or score the runner and Hayden Burton on first with the catcher Lainey Hypus on deck. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. And just outside. Beiersdorf just misses the strike zone there. She really needed that one. But unfortunately, she missed it by just about a couple inches. So 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Beiersdorf. And that one's driven off the leg of Beiersdorf. And the runner, Bork, is going to be safe. So now runners on first and second for Little Chute, as that's definitely going to hurt a little bit on the right leg of Beiersdorf, a comebacker to the mound, as the catcher and the Comets are going to take time here, as it looks like Beiersdorf is all good, so that's great to see. As now batting is Lainey Hypus, or excuse me, it's Emma Lenfed, as she now has a runner on first and second, as that one's driven a pop-up in the air, and it's going to be caught by Haley Bichard, and that is the top of the first. So Little Chute scores early here, getting 1 across to make the game 1-0. As you are listening to Zaleski Sports on YouTube, we're going to take a commercial break.
When it comes to propane, this is the best time of the year. Get your fill scheduled before the winter weather sets in, and you'll be glad you did with L&L Propane in Waupaca. Servicing all throughout central Wisconsin, no matter the size of your propane need, L&L can get you set and ready for your home needs, business needs, crop drying, and so much more. Don't get caught paying those late season prices for your propane this year. Just call L&L Propane at 800-924-5975. That's 800-924-5975 for the best propane price of the year.
Hello and welcome back to this Northeastern softball matchup between the Little Chute Mustangs and the Waupaca Comets, as you offer drinking water and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. That's Culligan Water. As you're just joining us, Little Chute did score early here to make the game 1-0. A much better outing from Beiersdorf and the Waupaca Comets compared to last week Friday, where they gave up 11 runs in the first. As now they will face Little Chute's pitcher, number 16, Bella Frang, who's batting in the third spot today. But on the other side for the Comets, leading off once again is Haley Bichard, as she made the final out of that top of the first inning, as she looks to get Waupaca on the board early here. So here comes the pitch, and that one's in there for a strike. So nice fastball there from Bella Frang. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one's up and away to even out the count, 1-1 apiece. To right field, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman. It's number 2, Kyra Whaley, who's batting in the 2 spot. So an early out here from a pop-up by Haley Bichard. So batting for Waupaca now is going to be Lily Chicky, who made a nice play at second base on Friday, a diving catch to save a base hit, as that one's fouled off and away past the third baseline. She made a nice couple plays as she tried to attempt the diving catch a second time but missed it, but then ended up getting the runner out at second. So nice couple defensive plays by Lily Chicky last week. As that one's grounded to the shortstop. It's going to be a tough play, but a nice stretch there from the first baseman, Hayden Burton, to get 2 away now for Little Chute. So Chicky grounding out to the shortstop. As batting for Waupaca now is the third baseman, AJ Curran, who also made a nice couple defensive plays as well last week Friday. As that one's up and away to move the count 1-0. As it looks like Bella Frang is settling in really nice so far. Swing and a miss there from Curran to move the count to 1-1. Caitlin Ryan on deck for Waupaca, as that one's grounded to the third baseman, and it looks like Curran will be safe. So a tough play by Little Chute's third baseman, can't tell who is playing third today. It looks like number 13, Josie Kerrigan, as she bobbled the ball at third, and Curran is safe. So now a late runner here with 2 gone for Caitlin Ryan, as that one's up and away. Catcher decides to pump fake it towards first. So here comes the 1-0 pitch from Frang, and that one's popped up in the air, and it's going to drop. Wow, so a little bit confusion between the pitcher, Frang, and the catcher, Emma Lenved, as now Caitlin Ryan will be safe at first. Curran moves to second, and batting is number 5, Liberty Pankow. So a chance to tie the game up here for Waupaca, as it could have been an easy out for Little Chute to end this first inning, but it did drop and fall with the confusion between the pitcher and the catcher. So will the mistake be costly here for the Mustangs, as that one's low and away again. So 2-0 now to Liberty Pankow with a runner in scoring position and Ryan at first. Here comes the pitch from Frang, and that one's fouled back and away right into the stands. Thankfully, nobody was hurt there, as there's the first strike of the at-bat to Pankow. Pankow, one of two freshmen on this Comets roster, as that one's low and away, gets away from the catcher, and both runners are going to advance. So now two runners take the lead for the Comets here in the bottom of the first. So two gone here, count is full. Pankow looking to a walk here for Liberty Pankow, and now the bases will be loaded for the sixth hitter, Bailey Scott. Could have been a 1-2-3 inning for Little Chute, but an error by the third baseman and then an error by the catcher / pitcher. And now, just like that, there's runners on every strike to make the count 1-1. That one just low and away, so now the count is at 2-1 with two gone here. Comets looking to have a hot start to this game. They really need it, as that one's going to be fouled off in the way. Looks like just got it at the top of the bat, a little bit late on that swing. As Mariah Myers is on deck for the Comets, but they got to get past Bailey Scott here, as here comes the 2-2. That one's driven. It's going to be a tough play by the shortstop. Fumbled a little bit, and all runners are going to be safe. So another error here from Little Chute. They had a chance 3 different times to get that third out, and they couldn't do it. So it's going to be an RBI for Bailey Scott, and now this game is tied up 1 apiece. So a great job here from the Comets with 2 away, getting 3 base runners in a row. Can't say hits, but they now tie this game, as that one's in there for a strike to even up the count at 1-1 for Mariah Myers. So Bella Frang looks like she's going to get out of it, as that one's also in there for a strike for back-to-back strikes. Frang had a really good shot of having that 1-2-3 inning. And now a little bit struggles here, as that one's grounded to the shortstop. Fumbled again. It's going to be a close play, and they got the out. So one across here for the Comets. Could have been even more uglier for Little Chute, but they only give up 1 to tie this game up at 1-1 apiece. As we move to the top of the second here in Waupaca, we're going to head on another commercial break.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Hello and welcome back to this matchup. And if you're just joining us, we're in the second inning now, as both teams ended up getting a run across. Waupaca got their run from a few errors committed by Little Chute, as Emily Beiersdorf still out there pitching for the Comets. This one's brought to you by Chris Hollenberg. Chris Hollenberg is your trusted American Family Insurance agency in the greater Waupaca area. Their team will closely work with you to build a dependable insurance package that will meet your needs and fit within your budget. That's Chris Hollenberg in downtown Waupaca. Is leading off now for Little Chute. It's going to be number 4, Ella Milkey. As here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be fouled off and away. So as it almost hit a driving cart here, just barely missed. Luckily they slowed down there, but 0-1 now to Milky. So here comes the 0-1 pitch from the sophomore Emily Beiersdorf, and that one's outside to push the count at 1-1. So the lefty Ella Milky's a sophomore. As on deck is Lainey Hypus. As that one's fouled back once again. So a couple foul balls here for Little Chute. They did bring one across in the first inning, but then Waupaca came right back and tied this game up. So 1-1 now, 1-2-1 here in the top of the second, as the count is 1-2 to Milky. That one's a swing and a miss, so a strikeout there. As now batting for Little Chute's going to be number 3, Lainey Hypus. And on deck is Josie Kerrigan. So that one gets in there for a strike. So Beiersdorf, a much better outing here today. As that one gets in there for a strike to make the count 0-2 now to the sophomore Hypus. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that one's just going to go behind the batter Hypus as the first ball of the at-bat for Beiersdorf. So back-to-back home games for the Comets, as this homestand will end tomorrow as they do face Freedom. And swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts for Emily Beiersdorf to get her third of the ball game. And now she has a chance at a 1-2-3 inning. Is batting for Little Chute going to be the 9-hitter Josie Kerrigan, as then it'll flip around to the leadoff hitter Danica Frang. Swing and fouled by Kerrigan. Kerrigan, one of the 3 freshmen on this Comets roster. As Beiersdorf looks to get out of the inning. As another great pitch there from Beiersdorf to make the count 0-2 now with 2 away. So a chance at a 1-2-3 strike out the side inning for Emily Beiersdorf. And that one's going to be driven, and tough play by the second baseman Chicky, as she could not make the play, as it will be a 2-out single for the freshman Josie Kerrigan, with now the leadoff hitter Danica Frang coming up to plate. So lineup flipping around at probably the best moment, with 2 away here in the top of the second. So Beiersdorf, they're striking out the first 2, gives up a single, and there's a tough play. I thought it was going to be fouled off, but it wasn't, and now they're going to throw it to third, and the runner's going to be safe. So a nice at-bat there from Danica Frang, as she gets the kind of dribble single, as now runners at the corners for Little Chute, with Kerrigan advancing to third. And now the senior Kyra Whaley looking to bring in a 2-out runner. So exactly what the Comets did in the bottom of the first inning was give up a 2-out runner. Beiersdorf got the first 2 and now gave up back-to-back hits. So swing and a miss there. Back to third, and they got her. What a play there from the catcher of Waupaca, as they get the runner at third. And the third out of the inning. So a great play there from the Comets after giving up back-to-back hits. As we're going to head to the bottom of the second now, still one apiece here in Waupaca. So this one's brought to you by brought to you by Tomorrow River School District. Great things are happening at the Tomorrow River School District. Join the Falcon family. Are you ready to fly with us? So a great play there from the catcher, Savannah Floysted. She guns the runner at third base. As this Waupaca Comets team is really stepping up compared to last Friday, where they gave up 14 runs in that 1-14 loss against Anago. Game here, and then right back at home, as they hope to not continue this losing streak, as it is currently at 3 games. As Callie Guyett, the freshman, here comes, and right back to the pitcher, Frang, as she gets the early out here to start off this bottom of the second. So batting for Waupaca now is number 9. Here comes the 0-2. One away here. The count is at 0-1. Ball was just fouled off, and that one's driven. What a shot there over the center fielder's head. Runner to second, and it's the name, but a swing and a drive way over the head of the center fielder, and a great job there, as now the Comets have a runner on third, as now the lineup will flip around with only one away. It's Haley Bichard. As it's 0-1 now to Bichard, and now she gets a hold of one. That one's going to fall. And another run comes across for the Comets as Haley Bichard's going for 3. She's in there sliding. So back-to-back triples for the Comets as they bring one across here in the bottom of the second to take the lead 2-1. As a great couple drives here from Waupaca. As Frang, and there's another drive. This one's caught by the right fielder as Bichard's going to tag, and she will score. So a sacrifice fly there from Lily Chicky. A great drive to the right field as Bichard scores now. So back-to-back hitters do score for Waupaca. So now they have a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the second. It's 2 gone now with A.J. Curran coming up to the plate. So Waupaca is starting to feel it now offensively, as that one's grounded to the third baseman as she makes the final out of the inning. But Waupaca does score 2 here in the bottom of the second, as they have a 3-1 lead as we head to the top of the third with Little Chute looking to tie this one up. You're listening on Zaleski Sports. I'm Brett McNamara, and we're going to head to a commercial break.
Selling your car to Doll Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Doll Auto. Simple.
As a local fourth-generation jeweler, Fletcher's Jewelers in Waupaca has the perfect variety of diamond engagement rings, wedding bands, bracelets, and so much more. From the moment you step into the store, the service creates an experience you can't find anywhere else. In addition to beautiful new pieces, Fletcher's Jewelers also provides cleaning, repair, and restoration services to keep your existing jewelry as shiny as ever. You can't beat the beautiful selection you'll find at Fletcher's Jewelers in downtown Waupaca.
My favorite part of being in the jewelry business is really the people. Building relationships with the people and becoming part of their family, being part of their tradition.
the little Comets brought across 2, as we now figured out the name. Who is wearing number 8, Savannah, or excuse me, number 9. It's Savannah Floysted, who had that triple. And then right after that, Haley Bichard brought her in with her own RBI triple, and then a sac fly from Lily Chicky. So 3-1 here, Waupaca, as Little Chute. So swing and a miss there from Wally, as it is now 0-1 to her. As that one misses for Whaley. Here comes the 0-1 now, or excuse me, the 1-1. So that one's outside from Beiersdorf. So Beiersdorf having an excellent outing so far, only giving up 1 here in 2 innings pitched so far. But Little Chute looking to change that, as they are now down by 2. As that one's a comebacker to the mound. Now an attempt from the second baseman, and safe at first is Whaley. So a tough play there from the pitcher, Beiersdorf. It was then on to Lily Chicky to make the play. She couldn't do it, so now a base runner here for the Mustangs with nobody away. As that one's just inside to the 3-hitter, Bella Frang, who is pitching today in this contest, as Hayden Burton is on deck. And that one's outside as well. So 2-0 now to the freshman Frang, with Whaley on first base. Here comes the 2-0. That one's fouled off and away by Frang. As the count will move to 2-1 now to the 3-hole batter with Kyra Whaley on first base. Here it comes now, and that one's inside once again. So 3 balls pitched in a row here from Emily Beiersdorf. She looks to turn it around here with an early base runner to hope to avoid a big inning here from Little Chute. As that one's fouled off once again, so really close play there, but just goes outside to the third baseline, as the count will go to full now at 3-2. Beiersdorf looking to get out of it with nobody gone. Runner on first. That one's up and away, ball 4. So back-to-back batters reach the base. Reaches first base. As now Hayden Burton looks to bring in a couple of runners here, being down 2. So Kyra Whaley on first, Kyra Whaley on second, and Bella Frang on first. Swing, and that's going to be a tough play. Runner's going to go to third, so the ball does drop. Bichard makes the right play and gets the force out at 3 to advance no runners. So a great play there from Bichard. Very smart play. As time is being called for Emily Beiersdorf, as it looks like she might have just got some dirt in her eye. But she looks all right, as we're going to continue play here. So batting now for Little Chute is the 5th hitter, Madeline Bork, who has a runner in scoring position, as that one's fouled off by Bork. So a tough play there for Bichard to get the out at third. As shoes, that one's outside to even up the count at 1-1 apiece. Beiersdorf, after getting a hit and then walking the first two batters, gets one out as that one's outside to make the count 2-1. She looks to end the inning with hopes of getting at least a double play, if not just one out, and avoid any runners coming across. So that one, a nice play there from Floysted to save the runners from advancing, as the count will now push to 3-1 with a chance for Bork to make this game bases loaded. Here comes the 3-1 from Beiersdorf. That one's driven. Tough play by Bechard. She gets the out at second, tries to make the out at first as Caitlin Ryan bobbles it a little bit, but the runner would have been safe anyways. So a great play once again by Haley Bechard as she gets the second out here for the Comets. She does save a run. So now runners at the corners for Little Chute, as batting is going to be the 6 hitter, Emma Lendved, as that one's going to be a dribbler foul, picked up by the third base coach. So 2 away here with Bella Frang on third and Kyra Whaley on first. Pitch is outside as Whaley's going to go to second, steals second with now 2 runners in scoring position and 2 away. So you just need the out at first here for the Comets. That would be the most ideal play, as Beiersdorf gets it in there for a strike. She got 2 strikeouts to start last inning. This inning a little bit different. There's a couple great plays here from Haley Bechard to keep no runs across so far. And that one's up and away to make the count 2-2. So 2 gone, 2-2 to Emma Lendved, the junior, the only junior on this Mustangs roster. So here's the pitch, and it's driven. It's going to be a tough play, and that one's going to fall. So 1 run across. Here comes a second runner, play at the plate, and cut off by the pitcher, Beiersdorf. So 2 come across to tie the game here in the top of the third. So Little Chute ties this ball game up from a 2 RBI double from Emma Lendved to make it 3-3 in the top of the third. As that one's driven, that one's going to fall. And that will bring another run across. Play at 2 now, and got her. So 1 run will count. The run will count, as that was Ella Milkey with the RBI single to bring in the runner to make the game 4-3 Little Chute, as she was gunned down at sector, leading 3-1 going into the third. This one's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality you can trust. So a 2 RBI double from Emma Lendved, and then gets out at second, but the run did come across first. So Little Chute leads the game 4-3. As pitching now for Little Chute is no longer Bella Frang. It's number 14, Hayden Burton, who's batting in the 4 slot today. So Caitlin Ryan's going to have to face a new pitcher to start, Liberty Pankow, and then, as it looks like, Little Chute and Burton are ready to go. So Burton, a freshman, looking to hold this game with a 1-run lead. And the Comets, after leading coming into the third, now are trailing. As that one's driven by Ryan, that one's going to get down for a base hit. So Caitlin Ryan sees the first pitch that she likes. And an early runner here for the Comets. As Liberty Pankow looks to extend the game a little bit more with Ryan on first. So here's the pitch, and that one's up and away. Pankow looking to tie this game up at least. A very back and forth game here between Little Chute and Waupaca. So that one's up and away. Comets currently at 0-3. Little Chute currently at 1-4. Both looking to pick up their first win in 3 games, both on 3-game losing streaks. So Ryan's on first. The count is 2-1 to Liberty Pankow as here comes the pitch, and that one's just outside. So 3-1 now from Liberty Pankow. A little bit early struggles here from Hayden Burton just coming into the game in this third inning. As Frank pitched the first 2 for the Comets, for the Mustangs. As that one's a swing and a miss from Pankow. So count goes to full now with Caitlin Ryan on first and Bailey Scott on deck. Swing and a miss. So after giving up the first hit to the first batter of the inning, Burton comes back with a strikeout to get the first out here in the bottom of the third. And there's a swing and a miss to Callie Guyett. Bailey Scott. With Ryan on first, 4-3 Mustangs. So that one's going to miss. As the count is 1-1. That one's up and away. So early strike comes back with 2 pitches. There's a nice at-bat here from the senior Bailey Scott. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and fouled back. So count's going to even up at 2-2 now to the 6-hole hitters. So a pack of, but a much better outing here from Emily Beiersdorf. She did give up 11 on Friday in only 1 inning pitched. And there's a swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts here for the freshman Hayden Burton, who comes into this third inning, gives up a base hit and then 2 strikeouts. As she's going to face Mariah Myers with 2 away now. That one's in there for a strike. So Burton's starting to feel it a little bit now. After she gave up a hit and then a couple balls to Bailey Scott. As that one's going to go to the shortstop. Going to go to second to get this third out. So after giving up a single in the bottom of the third, they get 1, 2, 3 away. A couple strikeouts from Burton to keep this game at 4-3 Little Chute. You're listening on Zaleski Sports. I'm Brett McNamara, and we're going to head to another commercial break.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
So if you're just joining us, it is 4-3 Little Chute, as they got 3 in all 3 innings so far. So we'll see if she stays out there for the whole 4th. This is brought to you by L&L Propane. For all your propane needs in Waupaca, Watoma, Princeton, Fremont, and surrounding areas, turn to L&L Propane, specializing in propane tanks, new installation, filling, repairs, moving tanks, and more. That's L&L Propane in Waupaca. So leading off this 4th inning for Little Chute is number 3, Lainey Hypus. As the count is at 1-1, and a swing and a miss there from Hypus. As Josie Kerrigan is on deck for Little Chute. Beiersdorf only given up 4 so far, compared to the 11 in the first against Anago on Friday. So 2-2 now to the 8-hole hitter, Lainey Hypus. And that one's a strike 3 called, looking. A very close pitch there from Beiersdorf, but she does get the call from the home plate umpire. And 1 away now for Little Chute. As batting now is the freshman Josie Kerrigan, with the leadoff hitter Danica Frang on deck. As that one's fouled off by Kerrigan to make the count 0-1. So Little Chute, after being down by 2 runs heading into the the top of the 3rd inning, they get 3 to take the lead. Holds on to the lead heading into the 4th inning now. Beiersdorf still out there, as that one just misses Kerrigan to bring the count to 1-1. 1 away now. Here comes the 2-1 from Beiersdorf, and that one's low and away. So 3-1 now to the 9-hitter Kerrigan. The last thing you want is for her to get on base, and then you have your leadoff hitters come up to the plate, your 1 and 2. That'd be Danica to Josie Kerrigan. One's in there for a strike 3. So back-to-back strikeout looking pitches from Emily Beiersdorf, who now has her strikeout total up to 5. Batting now for Little Chute is the leadoff hitter Danica Frang, as that one's outside. Frang looking to get on base after the first 2 were called out on strikeout looking. Their sister in the hole, Bella Frang, who was pitching the first 3. That one's fouled off by Danica Frang. So 2-2 now to the leadoff hitter with 2 gone here in the top of the 4th inning, with Frang looking to continue this inning for the Mustangs. Here comes now from Beiersdorf, and that one's outside to make the count full. So back-to-back full counts to 2 different batters for Beiersdorf. She looks to get the same outcome as the last one. Here comes the pitch, and that one's outside. So instead of getting a strikeout looking, she walks the leadoff hitter Danica Frang, And batting now is Kyra Whaley. This is the last thing you want for Beiersdorf in the Comets. As now the leadoff hitters are starting to come up to the plate. Here comes the 0-0. Swung, and it's going to be bobbled by the pitcher, Beiersdorf. But no play was made as Whaley gets to first and advances Danica Frame to second. So after getting the... As Little Chute looks to take advantage of it with 2 gone. Pitch outside there for a ball to the freshman Bella Frang. Frang has a runner in scoring positions. That one is also outside. So Beiersdorf gets 2 strikeouts and now a little bit in struggles here. Here comes now and outside once again. So, it was called for a strike. So Beiersdorf, after giving up 2 balls, comes back with a strike. She looks to settle in here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss, fouled off by Frang. So 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, 2 on base. Anywhere you look, there is 2s except for the score. It's 4-3 Little Shoes. They look to add on some more, and that one's outside. So 3 batters in a row, full counts, as Beiersdorf looks to get the outcome from 2 batters ago, which was a strikeout looking. The last batter she walked, and that one's driven, and a tough play from the shortstop, Bachard. If that got through, that would have been a run for sure. But Haley Bachard once again makes a great play to avoid another run coming across for Little Shoes. So the bases are now loaded as an infield hit for Bella Frang, as Hayton Burton will look to extend their lead and get a couple insurance runs for Little Shoe, as Burton looks to get some insurance runs for herself as she is currently pitching, and that one's going to be a tough play by the center fielder, but it's caught. So after striking out the first 2, Beiersdorf gets the bases loaded, and then Burton flies out to center field. So 4-3 Mustangs, and you really got to thank Haley Bachard, who saves a run after a diving attempt at the ball, as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on Zaleski Sports. It's brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, deciding windows and doors. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. So Hayden Burton will stay out there to Mustangs, who had a really good chance at getting a few insurance runs with the bases loaded and 2 gone. But Beiersdorf has pitched very well today, as she has 5 strikeouts in 4 innings pitched. So it's something going here for the Comets, as they are down 1 run. But Savannah Floysted is on deck, as that one was in there for a strike to Guyot. Swing and fouled off by Guyot. So 0-2 now to the leadoff hitter of the inning, with Floysted on deck, and then it flips around to the leadoff hitter, Haley Bachard, who's made a nice couple plays at short today. Here comes the 0-2, and that's up and away. So 1-2 now to the freshman Callie Guyot, 1-2 freshman. And that one's driven, and it's going to get down. So Callie Guyot gets the lead-off single. And now Savannah Floysted comes to the plate, who had a stand-up triple in the second inning. So the Comets looking to get back into this ball game, down 4-3. Burton did give up a single last inning and then got 3 strikeouts, as that one's fouled off. Excuse me, Burton got 2 strikeouts. Instead, fouls off the last pitch to make it 0-1 now, with Guyot at first and the dangerous Haley Bichard on deck. Clear and a little bit on the ball more, and she's got a nice hit coming her way. As Floysted looking to continue this hitting streak for the Comets. Guyot leading off with a base hit. That one's going to get past the catcher, and Guyot now, Callie Guyot will go to second base on the wild pitch. So Burton throws her first ball of the at-bat to Floysted. And now a runner in scoring position for Waupaca as they have a chance to tie this game up. And that one almost hits Floysted, and now another wild pitch for Burton. So back-to-back wild pitches, and now Callie Guyot is on third base in a blink of an eye. That one's low and away. So 3-2 to Savannah Floysted, who had 2 strikes on her earlier. To Savannah Floysted, and now Haley Bichard comes up to the plate with nobody gone and runners at the corners. A really good chance here for Waupaca to possibly tie this game or take the lead. Haley Bichard waiting for her pitch. She did have Comets in the second inning. As the Comets tie the game to make it 4-4, advancing Savannah Floysted to second. Haley Bichard back-to-back RBI hits. This time it's a single. And now batting is the second hitter, Lily Chicky. And that one's a swing and a miss. So runners at first and second for the Comets, 1 across already. There's a few wild pitches from Burton. Gaia advance to third. So 0-2 now to Lily Chicky. 1-2 now to the second hole hitter, Lily Chicky. Here comes, and blown away. The runner from second gets in there at third. That's Savannah Floysted, as both runners will advance. So 2 runners in scoring position for Lily Chicky, and this inning could get ugly early as time is called by the Little Chute manager, as it looks like there is some confusion at third base, but looks like all is well, and we are ready to get back to this one. Bottom of the fourth, 1 across already. Savannah Floysted on third and Haley Bichard on second with Chicky batting. Swing and a miss, as Burton really needed that one to get the first out of the bottom of the fourth. As the third baseman, AJ Curran, will come up to the plate. All she needs is a nice drive into the outfield, and that will likely bring home Floysted. And that one's up and away. So 1 away now on the strikeout there from Burton. And that one's going to be grounded to the third baseman. They're going to go to first, get the out there. But Floysted's going to score, and Bichard is going to head to third base. So AJ Curran gets the RBI there on the out. So 2 away now. And the Comets have taken the lead after coming into the bottom of the fourth, down 3-4. As Caitlin Ryan had a single in her last batting appearance. She looks to add another insurance run here for the Comets with Haley Bichard on third, as Ryan just gets past that third base bag. Haley Bichard had to jump over that one to bring the count to 0-1 to the first baseman, Ryan. So Ryan to bat. And then Liberty Pankow on deck. And Bailey Scott in the hole, and that one's in there for a strike. So 0-2 now to the 4-hole hitter, Caitlin Ryan, who looks to bring Haley Bichard home. As 2 already came across the plate. And that one's outside. So first ball of the at-bat to Ryan. As here comes the 1-2, and that one's outside once again. So back-to-back balls here pitched from Burton, who had a much better third inning, but this inning here in the fourth, she's been struggling a little bit. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch, and it's a swing, and that's going to get over the shortstop's head as Caitlin Ryan brings in another run for Waupaca to make this game 6-4. So 3 come across. This time, an RBI single from Caitlin Ryan. As now Waupaca gets to their 5th hitter, Liberty Pankow. So Waupaca came into the bottom of the 4th, down by a run. They are now up by 2 runs. And that one's a swing and a miss from Pankow. As Caitlin Ryan's on first after she just got that RBI single, and that one's a line drive to the third baseman. But the Comets do bring 3 across to take the lead 6-4 as we head to the top of the 5th inning here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Brett McNamara, and we're going to head to another commercial break.
It's hard to choose a new school. It's about academics, but also so much more. What does it mean to be a Falcon? Let me show you around. It means contributing to our communities and considering our roles. Creating positive relationships across our differences so that we can hear others and be heard. Figuring out who we are and identifying the small decisions we make every day to become who we want to be. So what do you think? Are you ready to fly?
Watch the game change, yeah.
Hello and welcome back to this matchup between the Little Chute Mustangs and the Waupaca Comets. Waupaca just brought 3 across to take the lead 6-4 here as we head to the top of the 5th inning. The Mustangs did fight back before in a foul ball here from number 2, Madeline Bork. This one is brought to you by the Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. So Beiersdorf has pitched all 4 innings so far. She looks to continue. Pretty nice performance here, only giving up 4 runs. As the count goes to 1-1 now to Madeline Bork. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that one's just outside for a ball. So 2-1 now after fouling off the first pitch of the at-bat. Bork up to at-bat. Then we're going to see Emma Ledved on deck and Ella Milkey in the hole right now. As the count moves to 3-1 to the leadoff hitter, Emma Ledved. Madeline Bork. Here it comes, and that one's outside. So after throwing a strike to start, Beiersdorf throws 4 balls, and now Little Chute has an early base runner. And the catcher, Emma Ledved, is going to come up to the plate with Ella Milkey on deck and Lainey Hypus in the hole. And trying to square for a bunt was Lendved, but she decided to pull it back, and it was still a strike called. So looks like Little Chute's just trying to bring a runner home to get closer to this lead the Comets have. 6-4 on top of the 5th inning. Much better performance all around here from the Comets compared to Friday, where they lost 1-14 against Anago. Anago is a very tough team, and the Comets did fight very hard in that one. And that one's grounded to the pitcher. She tries to go two, won't get the out as it actually hits the base runner, Madeline Bork. So now nobody gone for Little Chute, as they now have a runner at first and second. Lendved at first, Bork at second, and Ella Milkey has a really good chance to bring some runs across here for the Mustangs. They really need it, being down 6-4. So here's the pitch from Beiersdorf, and that one's driven into the outfield. Gets past the center fielder. One will come across. That's Bork coming across the plate. And Lendved's going to try and score at home, and she's safe at the plate. And it's going to be a stand-up triple for Ella Milkey as she ties the game with a deep drive in to right center. So Little Chute had the lead going into the 4th inning. The Comets come back and score 3 in the bottom of the 4th, take the lead 6-4. And now, just like that, Ella Milkey ties this game at 6 apiece with nobody gone. As bunting is, wow, that was a very close play. Lainey Hypus with a great bunt there as it just goes foul. So they're trying to bring that runner home from third. That's Ella Milkey, who just had that 2 RBI triple to Lainey Hypus, and she tries to bunt again, but that one goes foul as well. So 0-2 now to the 8-hole hitter, Lainey Hypus. 2 across already here in the bottom of the 5th. A very eventful 5th inning from both teams, as Beiersdorf has pitched all innings so far for the Comets, as that one's fouled off once again by Hypus. So nobody gone. Milkey on third, who just brought in those 2 runs for the Mustangs. Hypus up to bat, and then Josie Kerrigan on deck. It's going to be popped up in the air and caught by the shortstop, Haley Bachard. So a very needed out there from the Comets to get one away here, with Josie Kerrigan coming up to the plate with a chance to take the lead with a runner on third. Here's the pitch from Beiersdorf, and she's going to square for a bunt. She's going to have to beat it out. They get the play at first. They're trying to go home now, and it's dropped by the catcher. And Little Chute takes the lead. Wow, what an eventful play there. A bunt from Josie Kerrigan. They got her at first. And then Ella Milkey tried to go home, had a chance at scoring, and she ended up scoring after Floysted, the catcher, dropped the ball. So just like that, Little Chute, as the pitch was out there for a ball, here comes the 1-0, and that one's fouled off by Danica Frang. As Little Chute looks to add on some more runs here in the top of the 5th. That one's outside for a ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 away, 3 across already, matching the Comets in the bottom of the 4th. And that one's outside once again. So 3-1 now to the leadoff hitter, Danica Frang. So here comes the 3-1 to Frang. That one's grounded to the second baseman, Chicky. Tough play. Doesn't get it in time, and it's going to be an infield hit for Danica Frang. As Kyra Whaley comes up to the plate with Frang at first, looking to get some more insurance runs. Going into the bottom of the fifth, as that one just missed. Hayden Burton in the hole. You have Danica Frang on first and Whaley batting, as that one's outside for a ball once again. So 2-0 now to the second hole hitter, as Beiersdorf has struggled so far here in the fifth inning. Beiersdorf has pitched every single inning so far for the Comets. Liberty Pankow did pitch in that loss to Anago, as Beiersdorf walks Kyra Whaley, and now 2 on with 2 gone. Here in the bottom of the fifth, and time is being called as the head coach is going to talk to Beiersdorf. Looks like no moves are going to be made pitching-wise, nor defensively. The Comets did have 3 come across in the bottom of the fourth, so they're looking to halt any more runs coming across for Little Chute. This one's brought to you by Fleet Farm Snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. As batting now is the sister of Danica for second, and that's going to end the inning here. What a play there from Haley Bichard, halting another run coming across. Haley Bichard has made a few amazing defensive plays. Great job here so far from Haley Break.
In every department at Dull Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dull Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dull Auto, simple.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hello and welcome back to this Northeastern Softball Conference matchup between the Little Chute Mustangs and the Waupaca Comets. I'm Brent McNamara, and you're listening on Teams. Bottom of the fourth inning, the Comets brought across 3 to take a 2-run lead as well, as Little Chute has a 7-6 lead here in the bottom of the fifth inning. As batting for the Comets is Bailey or Haley Burton and Little Chute. Haley Burton has 3 strikeouts already as she came in the third inning. And that one's in there for a strike. So Haley Burton has given up 4 earned runs so far since she's came in. As batting now for the Comets is Mariah Myers. And that one's going to be fouled off into the stands, as it does hit a spectator, but appears to be okay. As Mariah Myers is now 0-2 now from Burton. Here it comes. So 1-2 now to the 7-hole hitter, Mariah Myers, and that one's out there for a ball. So back-to-back pitches, called balls here from Haley Burton, as she looks to collect some more outs here with 1 away already. Bottom of the 5th inning, 7-6. Little Chute has the lead, but as we've seen so far, it's been a very back and forth game between the two teams. So Callie Guyot on deck. Savannah Floysted in the hole. Floysted has done very well so far batting in that 9 hole. As Haley Bachard beats out the throw from the shorts again. So this is how it started last inning, except it came from Callie Guyot, who's now currently batting. And a swing and a miss there, a big swing and a miss there from the freshman Guyot. There's a foul ball from Guyot. So back-to-back strikes called here for Guyot in the Comets, as they look to at least tie this game up with the dangerous Savannah Floysted on deck. And that one's going to be a tough play, but caught by the second baseman. And 2 away now as Savannah Floysted will come up to the plate. So Callie Guyot got a single her last at-bat. This time she pops up to the second baseman with Mariah Myers still at first. Here's Floysted down to our final inning here in Waupaca. And that one's fouled off by Floysted. So now Owen with Haley Bachard on deck. The last thing you want is the call, but nonetheless, Little Chute gets out of the inning, not giving up any runs. So we head to the top of the 6th, 7-6, Little Chute. As we head to the final inning, as it looks like Emily Beiersdorf will go out there for the whole game. So she's given up 6 earned runs so far. 7. But the coach assigned is now hiring for a number of open positions with a great environment and the chance to work your way up the ladder and truly build your career. Cast your own future at jobs.waupacafoundry.com. So Little Chute looking to add on some more insurance runs here before the Comets come up to the plate. The final inning of this softball matchup between the two teams. The first Northeastern Softball Conference matchup between the two, as they're both currently on 3-game losing streaks, as obviously one team's losing streak will end today. And with the way this one's been going, it could be either side. Little Chute started off the game winning 1-0. Comets came right back and scored a run. And currently the Comets have the 7-6 lead heading into the 6th. So if you're the Comets here, you definitely do not want anybody on base and definitely do not want any runners coming across. And if you're Little Chute, the best thing you can do is bring some insurance runs across, as looks like both teams are ready to go here in the final inning of this matchup. Here comes the pitch from Beiersdorf to Hayden Burton, as that one's outside for. Here comes the 1-0. That one also hits the pitching in the 3rd inning. She's only given up 3 earned runs. Here comes the 2-0, and that one's in there for a strike. So Beiersdorf, after throwing 2 balls, comes back with a strike. She really needed that one, as Madeline Bork is on deck. And that one's grounded to the 3rd baseman, Karan, as she throws it all the way across the diamond to the 1st baseman, Caitlin Ryan, to get 1 away here for Beiersdorf and the Comets. So a very crucial out here for the Comets. You definitely need a 1-2-3 inning here to keep that lead at 1 for Little Chute. As Madeline Bork now comes up to the plate, and that one's just outside for a ball. So Bork batting Then you have Emma Lenved on deck, and that one's over the shortstop Burchard's head, and that will be a single for Madeline Bork. And now the catcher, Emma Lenved, comes up to the plate with one on and one gone as Beiersdorf needs to get out of this inning, and that one's going to get through. A nice try there from the second baseman, Lily Chicky, but she couldn't get the ball. So back-to-back pitches, back-to-back base hits for the Mustangs as they now have 2 on with 1 away. And now batting for Little Chute is going to be Ella Milkey, who had that 2 RBI triple last inning as the ball gets away from the pitcher, Beiersdorf. But no runners advance, so 1-0 with 1 gone now to Milkey, and that one is just outside for a ball. So 2-0 now to the 7-hole hitter, Ella Milkey, who looks to bring in some insurance runs for the Mustangs, and there's a big swing and a miss as Madeline Bork is on second base, and then Emma Lenved is on first. That one's outside, so 3-1 now to Ella Milkey, the sophomore. As Beiersdorf looks to get out of it, and that one's going to go outside for a ball. So bases loaded now for Little Chute. And now it could get very ugly here for the Comets, but Beiersdorf needs to get out of this one. 1 away so far, and batting is Lainey Hypus. And that one's going to go away from the catcher as it hits Lainey Hypus. So 1 run comes across, and hit by pitch is Lainey Hypus. And batting now is number 13, Josie Kerrigan. So an insurance run, a big needed insurance run, comes across for Little Chute, as all the runners will advance to make this game 8-6 Mustangs. Here comes the pitch, and that one's just outside for a ball. Very small strike zone for Josie Kerrigan. She's hit the ball well today. Karan, the third baseman, there's a little bit confusion here between the umpire and some fans, but it looks like they're ready to go. As Josie Kerrigan does reach first, but they do get the force out at home to avoid another run coming across. And that one's going to be driven, and that's going to be for the leadoff hitter. A stand-up 3 RBI triple from the senior and leadoff hitter, Danica Frang, to make this game 11-6. So batting now is Kyra Whaley with 2 gone and 5 across here in the top of the 6th. This is the last thing that you would have wanted for the Comets, and the best outcome so far for the Mustangs. So 11-6. And as that one's ground to the shortstop at Chard, as she gets the final out of the top of the 6th, but Little Chute gets 5 insurance runs, as they break this game wide open, 11-6. We're going to head to the final bottom half, bottom of the 6th here for the Comets. They got to score them all to either win or tie this game. staying out there. Room for base summits. For Waupaca to go into this and has made a number. So here comes outs. One's going to get down. Bouchard there from Haley Bouchard as she gets her second triple of the ball game. With now Comets. As Haley Bouchard gets a triple, and that one's going to be grounded to the shortstop. Does bring Bouchard home to make this game 11-7, so they inch a little bit closer as Chicky grounds out to the shortstop. And that one's up and away now to the 3-hole hitter, A.J. Curran. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. So A.J. Curran looking to continue the rally now for the Comets, as it's now 3-0 for A.J. Curran. As Burton just looks to throw a strike here. And that one's outside. So a 4-pitch walk to A.J. Curran, the 3-hitter, as now Caitlin Ryan, who has back-to-back base hits, will look to continue that streak and continue this comeback for the Comets. One away now. Curran on first. Burton has already given up a triple and a walk, and has brought one run across. As Caitlin Ryan takes the first pitch there for a ball. So Ryan batting currently with Liberty Pankow on deck and Bailey Scott in the hole as they lose the ball, as they could have easily stole second. I wasn't sure if time was called or not, but the count is now at 1-1 to the 4-hole hitter Ryan. Here it comes now from Burton, and that one's in there for a strike. So Caitlin Ryan just waiting for her pitch. She looks to continue this final bottom of the inning comeback, and that one's driven into left field and dropped by the left fielder as they're going to advance. Curran's, and Ryan's in a bit of a pickle, but she's going to head back to first base as A.J. Curran wasn't sure if it was going to be caught or dropped by the left fielder. It was dropped, so now runners at first and second for the Comets with Liberty Pankow coming up to the plate. So back-to-back-to-back hits for Caitlin Ryan. As the umpire and the coach weren't agreeing on the fair or foul ball called, it will stay a fair ball as the Comets will look to try and cut to this lead. They're down by 4 with only one away, as that one's low and away for a ball. So one already comes across the plate to make this game 11-7. It was 6-11 going into the bottom of the 6th. 5 runs came across in the top of the 6th for Little Chute. And if that didn't happen, this game would be tied. But Little Chute does have a 4-run lead. Ryan on first. Curran on second. As Pankow fouls that one back over the bleachers. As the count goes to 1-1 now with one away. This game has been very back and forth, as that one's up and away now to make it 2-1 to Pankow. Very back and forth game Leads have been held by both of these squads. And that will walk Pankow. A little bit confusion by me in knowing how many balls there was, and there was 3. So now a walk from Burton to make this game still 11-7, but the bases are loaded, and the game-tying run comes to play. It's Bailey Scott up to bat with Mariah Myers on deck and Callie Guyett in the hole. So a little bit of struggles here from Burton, who did pitch well so far coming in during the 3rd inning. But we're going to see if Bailey Scott can cut into this little bit more. As looks like they're taking some time here, but looks like they're also now ready to go. So here we go now as Burton to Scott, swing and a miss. 1 away, 1 already across, bases loaded. You have Coran on 3rd, Caitlin Ryan on 2nd, out 1-1 now. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss once again. So all 3 pitches have been high pitches, as the count is now at 1-2. Swing and fouled off. So Scott's getting on it a little bit now. The count's still at 1-2. As she looks to bring some more runs across. 1 across already. It's been a very tough bottom of the 6th so far for Hayden Burton. And that one's going to get by as the runners all decide to stay. Probably the smart decision there. Caitlin Ryan was probably the furthest running so far, but she does get back to 2nd. As the count is at 2-2 now to Bailey Scott, and that one's outside for a ball. So a full count now to Bailey Scott with 1 away, with Mariah Myers on deck and Callie Guyett in the hole. It's a very crucial out here from Burton. Here's the pitch. Swing. Back to the pitcher. It's going to be a tough play no matter where they go. And everybody is safe. As another run comes across for the Comets to make this game 8-11 with still 1 away. All right, sorry about that. We had a little bit connection errors, but we are back. You only missed 1 pitch, and it was a ball. As that one's driven to the 3rd baseman, they're going to go home, get the force out. And 2 away now. Bases are still loaded for the Comets. That was Mariah Myers who grounded to the 3rd baseman, who made the force out at 3rd. Swing, and that one's going to go foul. 1 swing of the drive. It will most likely be sending all runners no matter what. There's 2 outs, so they will go on any. That one's driven. That's my 10-11 Comet at 3rd. So game-winning run now at 2nd base. Samantha Floysted's had a hot game so far at the plate. Excuse me, a little bit confusion. We have 1 more inning. Apologies from my part, as that one's going to be fouled off. This one, bottom of the 6th inning, a very great comeback here from the Comets, as they were down by 5 coming in to this bottom of the 6th. As that one's going to be trouble, and it's not collected by the shortstop, and we are tied once again as Haley Bichard comes up to the plate with runners on the corners. As Bichard has a chance to take the lead now for the Comets. It's 11-11. As it looks like Little Chute was about to run away with it, and just like that, we are tied. As it looks like there's a little bit confusion between Floysted's number. She was wearing 6, but she's wearing 6 on her jacket over her jersey, but she was wearing 9 before. It is the same batter, so she should still be safe at first. I just believe it was just she has a different jersey and her jacket number were 2 different numbers. So looks like it was all corrected. Floysted will stay at first. Haley Bichard up to the plate now, 11-11. And this game has been very just back and forth with the Comets. But makes it 11.
Passion for helping people? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
The big thing for Farmer State Bank is we're community organizations or youth organizations, arts organizations, sports, all those things. We help out where we can. The big thing for us is we want to show that we're part of the community and do whatever we can to help and give back. Our slogan is investing in you, and we pride ourselves on that.
Hello and welcome back to this matchup between the Little Chute Mustangs and the Waupaca Comets. Once again, you are listening on Zaleski Sports. I'm Brett McNamara, and we have a new pitcher for the Comets. Once again, it's Liberty Pankow. If you joined us on Friday, she did appear in that game in the second inning, but Emily Beiersdorf did pitch all 6 innings so far for the Comets, and now Pankow relieves her. But batting for Little Chute's going to be number 16, Bella Frang, as she looks to take the lead for Little Chute. This game has been very back and forth between the two ball clubs, as they both look to pick up a win after both being on a 3-game losing streak. The Comets have not won a game this season, and Little Chute won their first game of the season. Little Chute will face Fox Valley Lutheran tomorrow at home, and Waupaca will play Freedom in Freedom tomorrow. But both teams looking to pick up a win here today as we head to the final inning. I'm pretty sure this one is the final inning. I was saying for the longest time the 6th was the final inning, and I do apologize for the confusion there, but we're ready to go here in the top of the 7th, 11-11. Bella Frang up to bat. Here's the pitch from Pankow, and that one's up and away. So Liberty Pankow, the freshman, comes in and relieves Emily Beiersdorf, who pitched the last previous 6 innings. Each team has had 2 pitchers pitch today. To start for Little Chute, it was Bella Frang. She was relieved by who's currently pitching, Hayden Burton. We'll see if she comes out for this bottom of the 7th after giving up 5 runs, as that one goes foul to make this count 2-1. So Pankow looking to not have any runs come across for Waupaca. She looks to hold them at 11. Very back and forth game. That one's outside to make the count 3-1 now to the freshman Bella Frang, with Hayden Burton on deck and Madeline Bork in the hole. Here comes the 3-1, and that one's fouled off by Frank. So the count goes to full now to the 3-hole hitter, as Pankow looks to pick up an early out here in the top of the 7th. Comets have been fighting this whole game, mostly down, and that one's fouled, and it's going to drop. Would have been a very tough play by the catcher, Floysted, but the ball does fall to keep this count at 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Pankow, and that one's up and away. So after starting the at-bat with a strike and then giving up 3 balls, she eventually does walk Bella Frang, as now will come up is number 14, Hayden Burton, who looks to get a lead here for Little Chute to avoid the Comets from trying to win this ball game. Both teams need this win to start this season. So that one's just outside for a ball. With Frang on first, Burton to bat, swing to ground to third. It's going to be a tough play for a double play. They don't turn 2, but they do get the force out at second to get the first out of this top of the 7th. So a great job there from the third Bork with Burton at first. That one's just outside for ball. Pankow is just missing these pitches. Very close. A couple of pitches have been just outside that strike zone. She looks to find her groove. And that one's outside again. So 2-0 now to Madeline Bork with a runner on and 1 out. The runner is Burden. Here in the top of the 7th. 11-11. A very competitive matchup between the two teams. Grounder to A.J. Coran. Again, they got turn 2. They don't. So same outcome as the last at-bat. A grounder to third. A.J. Coran goes to second, gets the force out. Can't turn 2. And now up to the plate will be Emma Lendved with Bork on first now and 2 gone. So a great job here from Liberty Pankow avoiding any runners into scoring position. A lot of that came from the help of A.J. Coran. That one once again grounded by Coran. She fumbles it a little bit, still gets the play at first. A great play there from A.J. Coran, who gets all 3 outs. 2 by a force out at second and gets the last one after fumbling a little bit of the ball, but it'll go to first to get the final out at the top of 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th with Waupaca having a chance of walking it off and collecting their first win of the year, as it looks like Hayden Burton will be out there to pitch after giving up 5 in the bottom of the 6th. To lead off for Waupaca, it's going to be number 2, Lily Chicky. So very good spot to be in batting-wise for Waupaca, but they have played very well-rounded batting-wise. Very competitive matchup between the two teams. It's been very back and forth, and this is exactly what you want for any softball fan. A very competitive game that goes all the way to the end in a competitive way. So Burden to pitch, Chicky to bat. After that, it will be A.J. Coran and then Caitlin Ryan, who's had 3 hits in a row. Little Chute Mustangs and the Waupaca. Here comes the pitch, and that one's grounded to the third baseman. She gets the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out now for the Comets is A.J. Curran, who made all 3 plays in that top of the 7th inning, has a chance now to get on base for the Comets. The Comets have seen the ball well today, along with Little Chute, as she fouls that one off to bring the count to 0-1. Both teams need this win, as they'll both help them in conference play, as that one's going to be popped up and fouled behind the plate to bring the count to 0-2. First conference matchup between Waupaca and Little Chute. First contract. Very windy, very cold day compared to last week Friday, where it was nice and warm and sunny. To A.J. Curran, with Caitlin Ryan on deck and 1 away so far. Here comes the pitch, and that one's up and away once again. So 3 pitches in a row. The count goes from 0-2 to 3-2 at a full count, with A.J. Curran looking to be that go-ahead game-winning run. And that one's driven into left field, a base hit for A.J. Curran. A very good at-bat there, as she is now the game-winning run. Caitlin Ryan has 3 hits in a row. She looks to continue that and try to advance the game-winning run. A.J. Curran at first. Burden gave up 5 last inning. She looks to avoid giving up any more, so that one's up and away. Ryan up to the plate. Then it's Liberty Pankow on deck and Bailey Scott in the hole. 1 away. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing, and that one's going to be caught by the center fielder. A very crucial out there for Little Chute, as now could be possibly the final out of the 7th inning, and we could be heading to extras here in Waupaca. But Liberty Pankow now up to bat with A.J. Curran at first. Swing and a miss. A big swing and a miss there from Liberty Pankow. She looks to advance the runner, which would be the game-winning run if we get there. But here's the pitch from Burden. That one's up and away to make this count even at 1-1. Pankow at the plate, Bailey Scott on deck, and Mariah Myers in the hole. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. Another big swing and a miss from Liberty Pankow. Burden would really need this out. She can't afford any more base hits or walks, and that one just misses the strike zone, and it's up and away for 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Liberty Pankow with 2 gone. Swing and a miss. A very crucial strikeout there for Little Chute, as Haley Burden gets out of it after giving up a base hit. We are going to extra innings. To the 8th we go, 11-11 here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Brett McNamara. We're going to head to a commercial break.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, Call us today.
Before the winter weather sets in, and you'll be glad you did, with L&L Propane in Waupaca. Servicing all throughout central Wisconsin, no matter the size of your propane need, L&L can get you set and ready for your home needs, business needs, crop drying, and so much more. Don't get caught paying those late season prices for your propane this year. Just call L&L Propane at 800-924-5975. That's 800-924-5975 for the best propane price of the year.
Thank you. Game to you guys here on Zaleski Sports. Liberty Pankow still out there pitching. Liberty Pankow still out there pitching. She closes the door to make it 11-11 still. Little Chute. It's number 4, Ella Milkey, the 7th hole hitter. And then behind her is Lainey Hypus and Josie Kerrigan, and that one's popped up in the air. It's going to be a tough play. Probably the best chance came from the second baseman, Lily Chicky, but she couldn't collect it. And now, with nobody out, an early base runner for Little Chute. As batting now is Lainey Hypus. And that one hits Lainey Hypus. So back-to-back at-bats, Lainey Hypus gets hit. And now runners at first and second for Little Chute with nobody gone. So Josie Kerrigan looks to bring in some runs here for Little Chute in extra innings, as Pankow looks to get out of it. She's going to need help from her squad defensively, who've made a few nice plays, most of them coming from Haley Bichard. And that one's grounded to Haley Bichard. Tags the runner at second and gets the out at first. What a play there from Haley Bichard, right on cue. She gets the runner trying to advance to third and then throws it across to her first baseman, Caitlin Ryan, to get a double play. So now 2 gone for Little Chute, with Lainey Hypus on second now. So a great play there from Haley Bichard. No announcer's jinx there. As now 2 gone here in the top of the inning, and this is a very big out here for Liberty Pankow. And that one's going to try to go to third. They're going to be safe. That's Hypus sliding in there at third. So a wild pitch advances to runner from second to third, as Danica Frang, the leadoff hitter, looks to untie this ball game here in the top of the 8th. Here comes the 1-1, and that one's up and away for another ball. Two and one to the leadoff hitter, Danica Frang, and that one's in there for a strike as they try to pick her off at third. No! Wow, what a close play there at third. And that's not the first time Waupaca and Savannah Floysted have tried to pick off a runner. They did that back in the 3rd inning and got the out. But this time, Hypus gets back there, as there's the pitch to make it 3-2. They tried to do it again. Couldn't get her there. So now the count goes to 3-2 to the leadoff hitter, Danica Frang, with 2 gone here in the top of the 8th. Extra innings, 11-11. A very back-and-forth game. This would be a very big out here for Liberty Pankow in the Comets. Here's the pitch and swing, and that's going to get down. And the game-leading run comes across the plate from an RBI single by Danica Frang. Finally got her pitch after getting the count to 3-2. She brings in the runner from the third with 2 gone. And now batting is going to be the 2-hole hitter, Kyra Whaley. So a great at-bat there from Danica Frang. So here comes the first pitch of the at-bat to WIAA. The count is low and away there to make it 1-0. As looks like time was called by Pankow. So Frang on first, one across here in extra innings. As the Comets will have to play from behind when we get to the bottom of the 8th. As that one's going to be grounded back to the pitcher, and that will be the third out of the top of the 8th. But Little Chute takes the lead as we are going to head to the bottom of the 8th inning here in Waupaca. Little Chute up 12-11 here on Zaleski Sports. We're going to head to another commercial break.
Hi, I'm Josh Sparks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Selling your car to Doll Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Doll Auto. Simple.
Hello and welcome back to this very competitive matchup between the Little Chute Mustangs and the Waupaca Comets in this Northeastern Softball Conference matchup. Like I said, it's been very competitive, very back and forth. Little Chute has taken the lead here in extra innings, but batting now for Waupaca at a chance to win this game is the 6-hole hitter Bailey Scott with Mariah Myers on deck and Kaylee Guyett in the hole. Ball goes outside for a ball, and there is another ball up and away once again. So 2-0 now to Bailey Scott, who's looking to be the game-tying run and have possibly the game-tying run, or excuse me, the game-winning run up to the plate. That one just misses once again. So 3-0 now to the 6-hole hitter Bailey Scott, the one of three seniors on this Waupaca team, and that one finally gets in there for a strike. So much needed strike from Hayden Burton. And that one's a swing and a drive. Going to be a tough play by the right fielder. That one's going to get down. And it will stick into the ground. That could have been very scary for Little Chute, because if that ball rolls any further, that's easily a double for Bailey Scott. But she still is the game-tying run. So the game-tying run is on first, as now batting will be Mariah Myers with Guyett on deck. Ball outside, and thinking about going was Scott. She decides to hustle her way back to first. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, swing and fouled by Mariah Myers, who is the potential game-winning run with nobody gone here. It's 1-1 is the count to Myers. The ump takes time to clean the plate. Little Chute scored a run here in extra innings, but the Comets got out of it, and a great double play from Haley Bachard to avoid any more runs coming across for the Mustangs. Here's a swing and drive. That's going to drop for the Comets, and now the game-tying run and the game-winning run are on plate. As now batting will be number 12, Callie Guyett, for a chance to tie or walk off this game for the Comets. Hayden Burden trying to settle in and avoid the Comets from winning this game, as that one's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. She's going to go 3, gets the force out at third. A very smart play there by the shortstop. Would have been too tough to turn 2. So she decides to go 3 and get the force out and get the first out of the bottom of the 8th. But now batting is Savannah Floysed with Haley Bouchard on deck. So this could get ugly here for Little Chute, as Floysted had a triple back in the 3rd inning as she swings and a miss. A very big swing and a miss there from Floysted, the catcher. The runner, game-tying run on second base, game-winning run on first. Here's the pitch from Burden. Swing and a miss, number 2. So 0-2 now to Floysted. As Burden would definitely need this out, and that one is in there for a ball. Floysted crouches a little bit, makes that strike zone a little bit smaller to get the first ball of the at-bat. Here's Burden now with the 1-2. Swing. That's going to fall. Bases will be loaded. And the game-tying run advances to third. The game-winning run advances to second. And now the batter you want in this situation, it's Haley Bouchard with a chance at winning this game for the Comets. Winning run at second. Haley Bouchard up to bat. Hayden Burton, is that one is outside for a ball. Haley Bouchard takes another ball. So 2-0 now to the leadoff hitter and shortstop Haley Bouchard. She's had a terrific day at the plate and defensively with a chance at walking it off. There's a swing and a drive, and it's dropping, and the Comets are going to win. Haley Bouchard comes it through and wins the game for Little Chute. As Haley Bouchard walks it off, and the Comets get their first win of the season. Haley Bouchard with another triple, her 3rd of the game, as she wins this game for the Comets 14-12 here in Waupaca on Zaleski Sports. Just a reminder, the post-game show is brought to you by Waupaca Foundry. For a job that will ignite your career, apply today at jobs@waupacafoundry.com. That's jobs@waupacafoundry.com. Make sure to stay tuned for the post-game show. Waupaca wins it 14-12 here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Brett McNamara, and we'll be right back.
The mission at Waupaca Foundry is to provide all of the world with our great quality castings.
I think it'd be kind of hard to find this sort of environment working anywhere else. It's a little bit different than your typical factory setting.
People think that we just pour, we pour a few castings, but like here at Plant 1, we're pouring, 3,000 different parts.
There's a lot to learn, and it's fascinating. When I started and I said that to myself, well, if I don't give it a shot and I don't try out the job, I won't know if I actually like it.
Do I stay because of my team leader and my foreman and the guys I work with over there? They make it fun and easy and interesting. They're willing to help.
You ask questions and you put your best foot forward, you literally can keep moving up.
One of the things that has kept me tied to the company is how do you feel? When you go every day to a place, you belong to a team, you have opportunity for growth, that's the right place to be.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
Waupaca has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. They've sent me to school. I have an associate's degree now. I take pride in that because I've always wanted to have a college degree, and now I have it, and Waupaca supplied that to me.
I feel like we are an elite team that keeps this place running in Melton Iron, and I like to feel part of something bigger.
I enjoy working with everybody. I love being up here in Wisconsin.
It's like a brotherhood. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's looking out for everyone.
The people that make up Waupaca Foundry are just really genuine, hard-working people.
I take pride in everything I do. And if you take pride in what you do, you're always going to do your best at it.
We build a good sense of camaraderie with our teams, so it just allows for a more well-rounded and healthy work environment.
It's not just a job, it's a career.
What our differentiator is, Waupaca is a company, first it has a welcoming culture. So no matter what your background is, if you are coming, willing to do your job and contribute to the company growth and also growth yourself, you will find the right place.
We make products that help people. I don't ever want to have to worry that you get in your vehicle and you go home and something breaks or fails because we didn't do something right on our process. It all matters.
Waupaca Foundry, it's one of the largest iron foundries in the world, and it's right here in Waupaca, and I love that.
When it comes to propane, this is the best time of the year. Get your fill scheduled before the winter weather sets in, and you'll be glad you did with L&L Propane in Waupaca. Servicing all throughout central Wisconsin, no matter the size of your propane need, L&L can get you set and ready for your home needs, business needs, crop drying, and so much more. Don't get caught paying those late season prices for your propane this year. Just call L&L Propane at 800-924-5975. That's 800-924-5975 for the best propane price of the year.
Hi, I'm Josh Bronx, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.